Yes, we come to you joyfully at this time to announce to you that the success of the constitutional force majeure proclaimed December 16, 2020 has now come to where the victory has to be made manifest. The constitution that made you slaves in your homeland, now delegitimized, stands defeated, just defeated. And with the constitutional logjam emanating from the inconclusive presidential election of 2023, this is the time for those who seek escape from this union of death imposed by this terrible constitutional arrangement, unitary constitutional arrangement, must now stand up and walk into their freedom. This broadcast is to give us specific guidelines on how to go about that. The information on what has been done on your behalf is what we need to connect with right now. The populace that have been abandoned by those who sit in Abuja and the state capitals, sharing their blood in the name of allocations. That populace only needs to connect with this large volume of information by which we defeated that monster. Like, what do we need to do to conduct this jailbreak, joint jailbreak? What do we need to do now to walk out of this prison compound, since we have compromised the prison walls and the prison gates? What is it that is within our reach to do? We've not asked you to go to get weapons or AK-47, and we can assure you that no matter the number of, you saw how Buhari came with all of the Fulani, through our borders open. Fulani come from everywhere. Let's go and defeat them, with all the army and the military that was, colluding. Thanks to Danjuma that had to expose that, colluding openly with this. All those guns did not solve the problem for them. What we are doing is superior to firepower. So whether you are police or army or DSS or whatever, or even the private army springing up here and there, the guns are totally useless in the hands of anybody in this debate of what will happen to the failed Lugarian experiment of 1914, what will happen to this union of death imposed on us by this constitution. The defeat of that constitution is the end of the business. The only thing that needs to happen now is that the populace that are living in the torment of that unitary Nigeria must now stand up and take the information that's available to become a part of that push across the line. So what is it that has to, how will that be done? Those who are asking us, how do we take down this constitution? How do we end this constitution? How do we recover our sovereignty? Listen to what has to be done. The first place to go, because the task right now, and if we perform this task, we are breaking free from that Nigeria that is tormenting us. We're not going to carry our land into the Atlantic Ocean. No, we're saying that those structures by which this monster is holding us down, this monster with 36 hands called the federal government of Nigeria, it is those structures that will have to be toppled, overcome, overpowered, like the apartheid constitution was toppled by the owners of the sovereignty of South Africa. So what we need to do now to finish that task that has already been set, in a manner that it can be finished, if the people join, if those who seek that liberation from that monster called Nigeria in quotes, but if you want to describe it properly, unitary Nigeria, because it's not Nigeria the federation that is tormenting you. It is Nigeria the unitary state wearing the garment of federation by virtue of this fraudulent constitution. And so what we have to do is to take that information. We have loads and loads, we have tons and tons of information that have been made consumable, because internet is there to help millions of people get hold of this information. The first place to go to join that task is take charge where you are. It doesn't matter if you're in Australia or you are in Ibadan or you're in Calabar or you're in Abuja or you're in Lagos. As long as you can get on the net, you have access to all the information. So whether you're in the village or you're in the city or you're in the diaspora, if you are one of those who believe that we need to take back our sovereignty, take back our country that have been hijacked, it is the Constitution of Nigeria. For those who are saying take back our country, it is the Constitution of Nigeria that hijacked your country, that hijacked your sovereignty, confiscated your sovereignties into and conscripted it into the Nigeria in that false claim that you authorized it. Say, we the people, having solemnly resolved to, did you agree with anybody to submit your sovereignty into this terrible arrangement? No. So what we have to do now to recover that sovereignty, to recover the country that has been seized by this, the Nigeria defined by this constitution is already a criminal enterprise. But we can see that established criminals have now, pushed themselves into seizing the country itself. Look at just look at all of them. So where are the rest of you? 200 million people? That these few are going to hold you down for how long again? So what needs to do, the last part of this task, which if it gets performed inside 2023, you will be free of this monster inside 2023. Go to where the information is, take the ones you can take, use all the facilities you can find, the digital facilities you can find, the internet that is there, even physical meetings. Go to website www.ninasvoice.org. That is the website. You will see a vast range of information there. The articles, the processes, everything you need to know about what Ninas is doing. www.ninasvoice.org. That's the website. But the one that is easier to share is the YouTube channel. You see the link to it. The name of that YouTube channel is Nina's Voice. Just Nina's Voice. If you get there, you will see no less than 280 broadcasts addressing any trendy you choose to, any trendy. It could even be 10 if you make a proper selection. But randomly, you can start by selecting 5. By the time you view 5, you will see that you want to view 10. By the time you view 10, you want to view 50. Because everything that had been a mystery to you, why is corruption in place? Why is impunity thriving? Why are the infrastructures the way they are? Why is forgery reigning? From the old to the very young. You saw the one that went to the altar jam business. But you have a president that has been doing forgery since his childhood. And so the YouTube channel is where you go, you take the videos you see there, begin to share it amongst those who do not know. Information is power. What you have in that YouTube channel is bigger than all the military, is bigger than anything gun can do. If 1 million people out of these 200 million that are in trouble, if 1 million young people can get on this task, it won't take 1 month for the critical mass, that will enforce this freedom from darkness to emerge. Town halls, it could be physical. Every primary school, every church compound, every community town hall, even people's home, people's residences that can take a few people, just anywhere you can do a fellowship. Get these videos on the screen to let people who do not know that the Constitution of Nigeria is the problem, that we can reject what they've done. Even in this 2023 election, we can say we won't go to another election. Just Ninas is right. What does that mean? Ninas is right means that transition now, that the Constitution is the problem, and that the reconstruction of the damaged constitutional basis of Nigeria is the solution. It is not change of leadership. It is reconstruction of constitution that is bad. Departure from unitary constitution. That is the solution to the problem. Is it election that would then move you from this constitution? No. Election can only change the drivers. It is our vehicle, the engine of our vehicle, that has a problem. And so, join this task. Ninas is inviting you wherever you are, as long as you have access to internet and you are described as Nigerian. There's no other thing that can bring the Nigerians that are trapped here. Our concern is not for Nigeria, the criminal enterprise. Our concern is the Nigerians trapped in this defunct federation against their will. Whether they're in the east shouting Biafra, or they're in the west shouting Odua Republic, or they're in the creeks shouting resource control, or they're being slaughtered in the middle belt by the invading Fulani. They have the same situation. None of them has a different naira now. None of them has different price they're paying for petrol or transport or food. So all of us who are victims of this monster of unitary Nigeria, we're being invited by Ninas to join the task wherever we are by going to that YouTube channel. Take whichever you choose. It could be online, it could be physical. All these Zoom meetings all over the place to lament one thing or the other, you can set up by Zoom. Select 1 or 2 of the videos. They're only 10-15 minutes, most of them. Only very few come to 20 minutes. The same way you go to watch football viewing centers. Take this material to the place. Try it once and see whether the people you invite will not ask you to bring another one. Organize it. In 1 hour, you can take 2 videos and explain something that you got from the website. There are articles. There's a gallery in the articles. The article section, that's things that the written things that explain. Even that first Majeure, the text, the Interregnum we declared, and all kinds of things that can make a 1 hour meeting something that will open the eyes of those who were in the dark. It doesn't matter, how much education they had before. There are lawyers, there are doctors, there are engineers, there are market people. They do not know. They thought we were building a democracy. They've done their part to go to vote in an election. We can see how it has gone. Look at the kind of outcome. But Ninas told us, let us not go. We're only going to end up in deeper trouble. We're in that trouble now. But our God is a God of second chance. God has given us a second chance by making inconclusive what they did. And if you listen around, you will see why we said that what they did is untenable. The outcome cannot stand. That constitution cannot stand. So where do we go from there? Your sovereignty is on the table. Your freedom is on the table. Your escape from this death trap that Nigeria has become is on the table. We're inviting you to stand up with the ones who are doing TikTok all over the place. The comedians. We saw when the election and the petition was going on at the tribunal. Many of you did better than some of the lawyers I know, including the senior advocates. Many of you that we call comedians, you were more alive to what needed to be known. And so let that skill be brought to this same task. We lift all claims to copyright. Just go and take it. We have placed it at the disposal of the entire world, of the entire public of Nigeria. So you go there, take, and begin to disseminate. The only thing standing between us and complete victory over these demons that have been tormenting us and mocking us. We saw some of them cooking to show us what they do in the refuge camp for the regional renegades. They call Abuja. The next thing, they will take us to maybe the bathroom to show us how robust their bodies have become. Such a pity. They are mocking you. At the end of the month, they will gather and share another trillion. No part of it meant for you. They know you can't come to meet them in Abuja. But is there any part of that money that is being brewed or grown in Abuja? No. It is the regional, either the Niger Delta oil and gas, or the money from the ports of Lagos, or the limestone that Dangote has been concessioned in Middle Belt. That's where all the money comes from. The VAT, the company taxes. That's where all the monies they share come from. So they sit in Abuja, very confident that you can't come there. But they swear to defend and uphold your enslavement. That's the basis of their being there. And so, go to that YouTube channel, take videos from there. For people who have been asking us, what do you do, what do we do? We are still going to make an altar call for those who now want to come and do that work as NINAS. But you can start from where you are, and you don't need to. The Secretariat of NINAS is there at the end of each. You will see the particulars here. You know, download Clubhouse app so that you can be part of, you can invite people, come by yourself, invite people to the Clubhouse sessions. There's the Restore Nations Clubhouse. There's the Odudua Ninas Clubhouse. Odudua Ninas radio, you know, on Clubhouse. They meet every Friday. There's the Niger Delta Ninas Clubhouse that happens on Tuesday. There's the one of Monday. There's Freedom Talk Radio. You will see all of the particulars there. Is on our site. It's on display now. So these are places people can come almost throughout the week. There's the Daughters of Truth that happens on Saturday, 5 p.m. Nigerian time, that people can, you know, tune into. This is information is power. The information we have in this YouTube channel can defeat all the weapons that the people holding you hostage in Nigeria, the government that come to kill people, young people who gather to protest, NSAS, Tollgate. You saw how it went. They are waiting for you to gather again. Some of you are waiting for what the Supreme Court will do. I'm sorry for you. What is the Supreme Court going to do other than what the system decided to do? You heard it from the horse's mouth when they say they will do evil, but that we should not bring down the roof. We're inviting you to a different solution package that is swift, safe, immediate. Just join us in rejecting that constitution practically by disseminating information here so that people can, in knowledge, say, we reject this constitution as basis of union. We must go to transition now. Don't allow them recover from the election, the inconclusive election of February 25, 2023. Don't even allow anybody introduce any discussion of whichever other election might happen in 2027. Some of them are already ganging up in tents to plan for how to keep obedient movement to go blindly into another electoral cycle in 2027. NINAS is saying neither 2023 nor 2027. We are already in that constitutional logjam we were working for. We're inviting you to join the task now, so that instead of whatever the Supreme Court is going to order, whatever they're going to say, if you join this task now, you render whatever they're going to do redundant. The only thing, and we have invited the Supreme Court openly into doing the only thing that can save the situation, let Nigeria go to transition, like South Africa went into transition in 1990 to extricate itself from the bind of apartheid constitution. That's what has to happen now. If we're not doing that, we're inviting an end, a disastrous end, a disorderly end to the union of death Nigeria has become under the unitary constitution we have. And so these are all the things that are there available for us to do, so that together we can make this thing happen, that we go to transition and sort out this question of constitutional arrangements that must now be renegotiated, that must now be reconfigured, that must now be reconstructed. First order of business, get rid of that constitution. How? Transition now. A demand. Transition now in rejection of that constitution, as you have heard repeatedly from some of the other broadcasts. I would think that it is doable, it is within our reach to do. Success is guaranteed. The risk is zero, because those who are committing the treason of managing Nigeria on the basis of a fraudulent constitution are the ones who are committing treason. They are not going to be able to accuse you of treason if you say that you reject this constitution. Whatever you are doing in further rejection of that constitution, they are the ones who have to dress back. So we invite you to come to join us to finish this task. Let's not waste this freedom we have earned by hard work and God's guidance. Thank you.